My name is John, and I used to see the world just like everyone else, ordinary and mundane. But that all changed when I gained the ability to perceive the hidden truths that lurked beneath the surface of our reality. I discovered that our world was not just inhabited by ordinary humans, but also by a multitude of otherworldly beings, alien humanoids, reptile humanoids, and entities beyond my wildest imagination. It all began with a seemingly innocuous event. I was walking through a bustling city street, lost in my thoughts, when I noticed a peculiar man standing at a street corner. He looked like an ordinary person, but something about him seemed off. His eyes, in particular, held an otherworldly quality. They shimmered with an iridescent hue that shifted and changed as I gazed at him. As I passed by him, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had just witnessed something extraordinary. I turned to look back, and that's when I saw it, the man's true form. His human facade melted away, revealing a tall, slender being with pale, luminescent skin and elongated fingers. His eyes, once human, were now large and multifaceted, like those of an insect. I staggered backward in shock, my heart pounding in my chest. The people around me continued to bustle about, completely oblivious to the astonishing transformation I had just witnessed. The man, or whatever he was, paid me no heed and continued on his way, now appearing perfectly human once more. I questioned my sanity, wondering if I had just experienced a hallucination or a delusion. But deep down, I knew that what I had seen was real. Somehow, I had gained the ability to see beyond the veil of human perception, to glimpse the true forms of beings that existed alongside us. Over the next few days, I experimented cautiously with my newfound ability. I observed people on the street, in restaurants, and at work. What I saw was nothing short of astonishing. Many individuals, seemingly human on the surface, possessed subtle traits that betrayed their true natures. I encountered alien humanoids with skin that shimmered like opal and elongated fingers that concealed hidden talents. I saw reptile humanoids, their eyes bearing vertical slits and scales subtly concealed beneath their clothing. There were beings with ethereal, translucent forms and those with grotesque, monstrous visages. The world I thought I knew had transformed into a surreal and mysterious landscape. I couldn't help but wonder how these beings had remained hidden from human perception for so long and what their intentions might be. One evening, I decided to confide in my closest friend, Sarah. She was a person I had known since childhood, and I trusted her completely. I shared my experiences with her, describing the strange beings I had encountered, and the unsettling realization that our world was inhabited by more than just humans. Sarah, at first, was skeptical and concerned about my mental well-being. She suggested that I might be suffering from a psychological disorder or experiencing vivid hallucinations. But when I urged her to observe people more closely, to look for subtle signs that betrayed their true natures, she reluctantly agreed. We sat at a cafe one afternoon watching the passers-by. I pointed out individuals who displayed telltale signs of being something other than human. Sarah's eyes widened as she began to see what I saw. She noticed a woman whose shadow flickered unnaturally, revealing a shifting, amorphous form beneath. Another man had fingers that elongated and twisted like tendrils when he reached for his coffee cup. It was a revelation that left us both stunned. Sarah struggled to come to terms with the newfound reality, but she couldn't deny the evidence before her eyes. The world she thought she knew had forever changed. As the days passed, Sarah and I delved deeper into our investigation. We sought out others who shared our ability, connecting with them through online forums and underground networks. It turned out that we were not alone. There were others who had experienced the same awakening, who could see the hidden truths of our world. We learned that these otherworldly beings had coexisted with humanity for centuries, hidden in plain sight. Some had benevolent intentions, observing and protecting humanity from afar. Others, however, had darker agendas, infiltrating human society for their own purposes.